When Oliver's aunt passed on, she left him the one thing the family never talked about: her massive hillside mansion. It stood far from town, surrounded by overgrown gardens and towering iron gates that hadn't been opened in years. No one understood why she chose him. Oliver barely visited her, but the mansion was legally his now, so he packed his bags and drove hours into the countryside to see his new home. The moment he stepped inside, the air felt heavy, thick with dust, silence, and something else he couldn't explain. The furniture was covered in sheets, the chandeliers dim with age, and the wooden floors creaked with every step. But what unsettled him most was the portrait in the foyer, a tall man with pale eyes and a stern expression. The plaque beneath it was scratched, his name unreadable. Oliver asked a neighbor about it later. The neighbor only said, "Your aunt never lived there alone." That night, strange things began. Doors opened by themselves. A cold draft crept through rooms with no windows. Footsteps echoed upstairs, although he was alone. Oliver tried to sleep, but at midnight he heard deep humming coming from the hallway, rhythmic, slow, almost human. When he checked, the portrait light was on. He hadn't turned it on, and the painted man's head seemed slightly tilted, like he was watching him. On the second night, Oliver woke to the sound of a chair scraping across the floor downstairs. He ran to the landing and froze. A tall silhouette stood in the foyer, motionless beneath the chandelier. The portrait behind it flickered in the dim light. Oliver whispered, "Who are you?" The silhouette lifted its arm and pointed toward the front door. A warning, a demand. Oliver grabbed his keys and left the mansion before dawn. The next morning, he contacted a real estate agent, but every time they scheduled a viewing, buyers left pale and trembling, refusing to step inside again. Some claimed they felt someone breathing behind them. Others said the portrait's eyes followed them around the room. One buyer ran out screaming after the chandelier shook violently overhead. The mansion earned a new reputation, the house that chooses its owner. Oliver tried lowering the price, half, then a quarter. No one wanted it. Late one night, as he reviewed the paperwork again, a cold whisper drifted behind him. "It's already yours." He turned, no one there, but the portrait light glowed faintly. The painted man's expression had softened, just barely, as if satisfied. Oliver realized the truth. He wasn't meant to sell the mansion. He was meant to stay. The next morning, the gates shut on their own and refused to open again. Thank you for watching Midnight Snap Stories. Please subscribe for more.